So unfortunately, no media, no podcasters, and definitely none of your higher educated professors, after they decide they're looking at all of the JFK papers, that they'll come up with their same bullshit they always do, which is that, oh, this is why Kennedy wanted to splinter the CIA into a bunch of pieces. Yes, he splintered him disempowering the CIA is what led to our very first terrorist organizations being seen here, such as Weather Underground, the Black Panthers, all claiming, oh no, we're a grassroots movement, and they pull a ton of people into that. No, they were all being trained because, as I said, it's all in that paperwork. News doesn't want to put those pieces together, okay? But I'm going to right here. So CIA, again, Eisenhower just told Kennedy, this is already handled, just give them air support. We would have never gotten likely never got the Weather Underground group, never got the Black Panthers, never, because that's when they started, because part of the Marxist tactics is it was the revolution from within. Instead of overtaking you in a bloody way, they were doing it, they were all doing it. I'll show a couple of these organizations. One was this Free Puerto Rico. Yeah, it was all the beginning of in the late 60s and the 70s. You started seeing these groups. That's when all your universities started having more and more of these professors that were pushing Marxist and Leninist agendas. And none of that would have happened had Kennedy done the most simplest thing he could have done in his presidency, was provide air support. I mean, I would trust Eisenhower over Kennedy any day, okay? First of all, Eisenhower was military, and he didn't trust the military-industrial complex, but he did absolutely trust the CIA. And I could see why, reading some of this, okay? So put it together. After JFK doesn't do what he needs to do to protect America, and nobody in this country will tell you, because all these people serve socialists, and a lot of them are just stupid and don't want to put it together, like, oh, well, it kind of makes sense what I'm saying. Like, how could somebody, there was nothing Kennedy had to put together. Eisenhower and the CIA already had this operation in place, and it was going to handle the Castro problem. All he had to do was provide air support. Why would he not do it? Well, you can come up with, the media and the experts and the higher educated will come up with many excuses, but I would say no, because he stood with Castro. He was a Democrat. Many of the Democrats stand with that. That's why we started seeing these radical groups in the 60s and 70s. Had Castro been handled the way Eisenhower told, just provide air support, then you wouldn't have, because Castro was training people from Latin America, from the Middle East, from anywhere. That's what he was doing there in Cuba. That's what the Bay of Pigs was going to handle. And I know this is hard to see. Like, they just put up more documents earlier, too. There's more on that they uploaded. So you can see right here, what it says is, I note here that CIA does not feel it has the operational means to undertake Task 22. This, I know it's hard to see, but that's what it says. This document is in regards to Operation Mongoose. So that's the first time reading that I've read where they didn't feel like but this was, Operation Mongoose came as a result of Kennedy totally throwing them under the bus, okay? Screwing everybody in that operation that was going to handle Castro over. So then to do Operation Mongoose, which was a failure too, but it never stood a chance, because by Kennedy being traitorous, in my opinion, there was no way to then try to do another operation on Cuba. So that's what they're saying. That's basically, I mean, they don't say anything about Kennedy, but that's why you're seeing this. I didn't see this in other documents. So they're saying they don't feel like they have the operational means. Of course they wouldn't. Kennedy disempowered them. And then comes along, okay, and says, you do Operation Mongoose. I would have been like, fuck you. I mean, it's sad. It's so sad. So because of his treasonous behavior, as far as I'm concerned, it led to these organizations. It led to your Black Panthers. It led to Weather Underground Group. It led to, as I said, there was this Puerto Rican. Yeah, they started coming out of the woodwork. And they were not grassroots, but everybody was told that they were. But they were violent, okay? This one was Bill Ayers and Bernadine Dorn, who then went on after blowing up buildings, okay, in the 60s, late 60s and 70s, causing a bunch of riots in Chicago. And then Bill Ayers gets to work at University of Illinois, Chicago, until he retires. He was some damn rich, wealthy SOB that was born and raised in Glen Ellen and hates America. Yeah, he's very clear about how much he hates America. All these people do. They are not grassroots. Led to your Black Panthers, and many people think they had good, your Huey Newton, right? Isn't that his name, Huey? That was killed by the FBI. I mean, all of that worked so well to make America look racist too. But and that's what it was designed to do. It was designed, all of it, every bit of it was not grassroots. Did people from the neighborhood like Huey Newton and Bobby Seals get pulled into it? Sure they did. They thought they were standing up for a cause. They didn't know how deep and twisted all of this is, which ties back to exactly what Castro's agenda was. So do you see, like, how is it none of the overeducated put all that together? None of the news or their investigative reporters can put it together. It's not hard to figure out. We didn't have these groups until Kennedy decided, oh, I'm not going to provide air support. And then it allowed Castro to continue building up his revolutionaries that ended up coming into this country because of Kennedy disempowering the CIA. Yeah, which led to this is Bill Ayers. This is who literally mentored Obama, because Obama wasn't born here. So yeah, they both lived in Hyde Park before in Chicago. Yeah, he doesn't regret setting bombs. He doesn't. Him and his wife, they don't. He's very, very clear he hates America. Yeah, it's too bad we can't deport him, but he was born here, unfortunately. Just. The Weather Underground and the Black Panthers would often overlap because it was all about attacking America. And who they really went after, of course, was police force. Okay? And you can make all the arguments you want, okay, if you want to be stupid, but this was all deliberate because it's literally in the documents. This is what Castro was doing. And it was to overthrow, definitely, for sure, America. And I think Obama just lies whenever he opens his mouth. But, he claimed that, I just know Bill Ayers from the neighborhood. He's just somebody I've run across in the neighborhood. Well, he's just a total liar because that's Obama long before he was the president. Yeah, Bill Ayers was training him in the whole, revolutionary tactics, the Saul Alinsky, all that. Everything Castro was training, okay? Again, and how did his ass get here? Because JFK, the Joe Kennedy Foundation, paid for airlift to America that brought his dad here back right before he became president. So Kennedy did not stand on the side of America. Neither did the Clintons, neither did Obama, neither did Weather Underground. None of them did. None of them, just like BLM, were grassroots. They were funded by big money, meant to get people riled up, get people hating on each other, and then they always end up violent, and they would cross over with each other. Because of Kennedy, we started seeing terrorist organizations in the 70s, which is exactly because he didn't do what Eisenhower told him to do. No matter what his excuses are, it led to Castro being able to continue his training terrorists from all over the world. That many came in here. They're in the universities. They make up these groups. Some are born here, okay? And they are designed to demoralize America and try to overthrow America. It's all in the playbook. It was what the CIA was dealing with until good old JFK came along and decided to disempower them. Because of JFK, it led to all of this, and eventually the beginning with him and then many others that came after him, Democrats, that led to 9/11.